allow you to get on with life. All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, however you might be tuning in, however you might be listening. If you are watching on a recording, thank you so much for taking the time to click the link, and definitely subscribe to this particular YouTube channel where these recordings are coming from. I have a few YouTube channels, but this one, at least you'll know when there's an update or a recording, or if I repost something that I think has value. And then it's always a good resource for, like if you're like, oh, what did he say to watch? Or, you can always go back and reference, the part of the video or part of the training and say, oh yeah, that was right. I was supposed to watch that, or that was suggested, or whatever. So some of this is always going to be repeat because, the fundamentals, right? It doesn't matter what sport you're in, what hobby, what business, what industry, you've got to practice the fundamentals, right? The football players are practicing the fundamentals, the baseball players, the anybody in professional in the professional world is who has great success understands the fundamentals. So we'll cover some fundamentals, but we're going to get into some things that I think are really important right now for our group and organization. So you are part of the W.F.A.M, which is the Worldwide Freedom Awareness Movement. This is Enagic specific training for both online and offline. And the very most important thing, I believe, right, besides spiritual health, is a positive mindset. And a positive mindset loop is something that we create every single day through a variety of methods. We went into those on the last training, so I'm not going to spend too much time there, but we'll recover that in the future. You can message me directly, or just when you hit this recording and go to my YouTube channel, you can just hit last week's recording, and I went into some great detail about positive mindset feedback loop and what I do. I might touch on a few of those things today, but that's what I did before this call. So I am here with you in a positive mindset feedback loop. And so my whole goal in life is to make a difference with you and with the world. So I am not attached to anyone's results, at all. If I can make a difference on some level, then that's what's important to me. I think that the worst thing that I can do for myself personally, or in business, is to do something for a result. It's incredible how it gets in the way. Like they say, if you just do things with the intention of being useful and helpful, that the result will come as a result of that, right? And it'll come in ways that we can't really quantify or understand. But I got to ask everybody this question, and I think this is the most important thing for you and your organization, that if you had a restaurant, would you open it every day? The one thing that I've been consistent with over the last 13 going on 14 years, I'll be celebrating 14 years this June the 3rd with Enagic, is I have been very consistent over time. Probably open my Enagic business 350 days a year. Maybe a little more some years, maybe a little less. And what does that look like? I spend between an hour and 3.5 hours a day on the actual physical operations of the business. And then I spend another hour to 3 hours a day in personal development, new education, which I'm sharing with you, spiritual growth practices, and then maybe another 3.5 hours a day on fitness, nutrition, right? Probably some more prayer, probably more meditation in there. And then that 3.5 hours also includes service, right? Service to helping others, whether it be coaching or being coached or whatever. And I do that 4 to 6 days a week. And I've been pretty consistent with that, not always doing all those things, but over the last decade, doing a lot of those things. And right now I'm doing all those things, and I've been doing all those things for going on now about 4 months straight. So the results in my business I'm sharing with you is a result of being consistent 4 to 6 days a week with all these things. So it is your life, it is your business, it is your income. And the thing that I want to help everybody solve on this call is the money equation, the cash flow equation, because when you know you have 20 or 30 or 40 or $50,000 coming in over the next 30 to 45 days in your home-based Enagic business, that now you're not operating from I need to, or I should, or what am I going to do, or this isn't any fun. You're operating from how can I make a bigger difference with people? How can I, how can I be healthier and better to myself? How can I be a better example of what is possible? It's a completely different energy. And so, I'll just tell everybody, because, I'm not supposed to be, this is from my coach. This is not from me down. This is my coach saying, do not misrepresent, but also do not not represent the results. And so just, I've got probably on the books between now and the 15th of now on the 15th or 20th of February, probably close to $40,000 of income coming into my household. That's really good money, even in this economy, and everybody's goal on this call should be 20,000 a month in Enagic. Anybody can do that at any rank, because as the great Bob Gridelli and Daniel D. McCauley says, because of the 8-point system, you don't need a team. You don't need an organization to do that, but you do have to get out of your own way, and you do have to do some things differently than what you're doing right now if you want a different result. So, and I come to depend and rely on that. I am gold right now through my business coach in Enagic. I'm gold at $83,000 a month. That's $2,739 a day. And if you would like me to help goal you, that's probably the most powerful thing. See, when I create a goal for myself, it's really tough because I don't have any accountability to it, and I don't have any there's no leverage there, because I'm creating something from who I think I am, not who I really am, right? And what I really am is unlimited and incredibly powerful, but without having that accountability. So I would love to help you based off your current rank, based off of how much time you're willing to put into your new business growth. I would really like to help you understand why you're going to be gold the way you are, and how to be gold that way. And it was almost instantaneous for me when I was gold, and I could barely swallow what I was being gold at. It was like within about 14 days, I started hitting my goal. And I have hit my daily income goal in the last, since November 5th to today, I've probably hit it about 25 times. So in roughly, the last 75 days, 70 days. So that means that at some point I'll start hitting that, 20 days a month. Right. And then, and so it's powerful. So anyway, the best training I can give you, is if you would go to, when you get off the call, make a note to yourself, go to Blas W. Cardos on YouTube and watch his most recent episode. I think we're up to 48. He releases one a week right now. May not always be that way. And then go back and listen to episode 1. So every week, listen to one of the, first episodes, and then listen to the most recent, and then subscribe. And then what'll happen is you can listen to episode 2. And then when the new episode gets released, you listen to that. And that's about 2 hours a week of training anybody can do. There will be nothing that you don't need to know to be the most successful in your business, both online and offline. This is personal development. This is actually, and don't diminish what I'm saying here. This podcast is like number 4 in the world for personal development, and it's only been going on the last year and a half. So way up there. And in some countries, it's the number 1 personal development podcast in the world. So it's not a joke. Okay. So cashing out, we went into this a little bit last week. I just want to remind you that there is a daily mode of physical action that is required. Nobody is telling you to stop working your Enagic business traditionally. That's what my coach tells me, don't stop doing what you're doing every day. That means if you have a part-time job right now, or if you're doing some consulting right now, or you're working on, for the post office right now, or whatever you're doing right now, nobody's saying stop doing that, right? That would be ridiculous. But what we're saying is we want you to start doing some other things so that you can have a different experience, maybe 30, 60, 90 days from now with your income. And so qualifying people, I cannot close anyone. I'm a pretty good closer. I'm not a high pressure closer, so don't misinterpret this. Closing is a skill that's learned, okay? Nobody's born closers, but I cannot close anyone who is unclosable. And I think that what happens to you and your new people, and most new people, whether you're inviting them to and we're going to get into invitations today, don't worry, whether you're inviting them to an online thing or you're inviting them to a live presentation, or you're inviting them to like your YouTube show or to follow you on your affiliate marketing program or whatever it is, you're typically recruiting down, and you're typically inviting people that aren't even maybe necessarily qualified to see what you have to offer. And then they know it, you know it, and somehow there's a lack of congruency. And so they don't show up anyway, right? You really want to raise your gaze. You really want to start inviting people that you would want to spend time with, you think have some game. Maybe they're just, broke. Remember, broke is a temporary place. They're not poor-minded. Or maybe they just need a hand up, or maybe they just need to be involved in some personal development, and they will, they'll just wake up, boom, and start crushing it. Also, if you're retailing, right, and you're trying to retail people that don't have credit or don't have any money, they're not closable. It doesn't mean you can't share the opportunity or share the product, but you're really wasting your time. And that's why we're going to go into qualifying people today, and getting yourself into new social circles, business circles, and with business owners that are looking to improve their business. A lot of owner operators out there that are looking for ways. There's a lot of owner operators that are suffering right now, that the Enagic business might save their personal household income. And I've seen a lot of, and we have a couple of them on the call today, previous brick and mortar business owners that no longer own brick and mortar, and they now do Enagic online professionally. So, speaking of that, if you have not opted into the free initial offer that we have through Online Empires, definitely jot down, take a screenshot, VSL workonlinewithcarlos.com. That is my sales funnel. We're doing a lot of work on the landing page, and we're doing a lot of work with Typeform. We're going to actually have a congruent funnel that is going to have brand new videos and everything that Online Empires is releasing within the next couple weeks. So they're updating their platform, their level of professionalism, and their training, because they're growing, and we get to piggyback on this. The nice thing about Online Empires is if you just go in and click for the free option, the free trial, that's unlimited. It doesn't expire in a week. I was wrong. I thought it expired in a week. It's actually unlimited. And then what you are able to do is join the Online Empires community of Enagic people that are doing this professionally online. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I highly recommend you do that. Take advantage of this. Okay, what you will learn on Online Empires is how to use Chat GPT and other things like Canva, Instagram, TikToks, how to use ads to drive traffic to, whether you're promoting a YouTube channel, whether you're promoting your personal brand, whether you're promoting Enagic, whether you're promoting a different offer, whether you're promoting, maybe you have an in-home business like a daycare you're promoting. I've got people here locally that are promoting coffee shops, chiropractic offices. I'm actually taking them a whole bunch of information today. And then I have a brand new spa, massage therapy facility that is putting our technology in. And so for them, they can go to Online Empires, learn all about Enagic, really understand the technology, right, in their time, right? And that's independent. So I'm leveraging myself, right? And they can learn how to drive traffic to their traditional business through the education at Online Empires, or if they have a YouTube channel they're promoting. So this is free. This is open to you. Get the information. It's incredible. If you choose to opt into the $99 a month affiliate marketing program, then you can start making money right now online by offering the same education to anyone in the world. So this is an initial front end offer. If you choose to, you can get in there. I just want everybody right now to understand that many years ago, let's go back about 7 or 8 years ago, 9 years ago, I really had this concept. I really was good at using imagination. I was really good at goal setting. I was really good at reading my daily goals. I had vision boards all over my house. I had gratitude lists. I was listening to some incredible, I was doing all Tony Robbins, neuralistic programming, NLP work. I mean, like hours and hours. And I built an incredible a global organization that still pays me today. And then somewhere in the last 5 years, I just went deeper into the spiritual work. I really had some spiritual growth to do, which was really good. But I got away from using my imagination correctly in terms of creating what I want now. Not what I wanted then, but what I want now. And since I've been doing this now 120 days plus, the results are incredible, So we're going to give you more and more on our past recordings. We went through this specifically. So we're going to talk about how do I utilize what's going on online. So every Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific and every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific, we have an online platform. This is a web class. There's going to be a brand new flyer. I have an assistant, Jillian, who will be here tomorrow making a brand new flyer for this. That's going to be a little bit better and a little bit more marketable. It won't have my picture on it or anyone's picture on it. And it's going to be something that's more of like a template for you guys to use, and you can run ads for, you can just use and do organic social media marketing. You can do whatever you want with it. But I really want to help you understand that this is not some rinky-dink presentation on Thursdays. This is something that I've been working on for a decade, and it works. Now, if you get someone on there and they don't get excited about Enagic or they don't like it, it's because they're not even in alignment with it, right? You didn't qualify them correctly. But I promise you, if you go through my next few slides I'm about to share with you and you qualify people, and then you make a powerful invitation, which we're going to cover as well over the next 5 to 10 minutes, you will start to get people and exposures and duplication occurring.
The number you are calling is unavailable. Please try again later.
Oh, Baker, you got to hit mute, buddy. I'll mute you. Let me go in here. Sorry, guys. I got to hit mute all. It's not a big deal. Mute all. Boom. Okay. Cool. All right. Everybody's muted but me. So, I digress. Let's move on. Okay, invitations. I don't know why, and it might be egos, it might be, I don't know what it is. For your new people, for yourselves, I might have spelled invitations wrong. I don't know. I'm the worst speller in the world. I don't know if I did or not. Just letting you know, I might have noticed something. A lot of people have a hard time edifying other people. I run into this with some of my men I work with. I run into it with some of the women I work with too. If I can't edify you, let's just use Val for an example. If I can't edify Val and I'm inviting someone to one of Val's presentations, they're not going to show up. Why would they? Edification is basically, I believe in this person. I believe in the project. I believe so deeply that you will gain value, person A, B, or C, from attending this overview, by watching this recording, by attending this live event, that when you come, not only will you think that Val is got some great value and is going to be a great contribution to your life, but you will not feel like you wasted your time. And I think you'll leave there wanting to either see it again or invite maybe a loved one or a colleague or a person you know, love, or care about to the next one. And if for any reason you can't attend this, we can always get you connected privately with Val, or we can send you the recording, or we can do it another time that works for you. So that's an edification with an invitation. Now, there's a couple things you can never do on invitations, okay? You can never be passive aggressive. I have people that I have been inviting to online webinars and live presentations. I mean, unfortunately, for years, and they still haven't attended, or maybe they attended one, or they caught, they tuned in, 20 minutes or 30 minutes late on one. That's none of my business. My job is to love them and to know that it might not be the right time right now, but I can never become emotional about it. I can never pressure them. And I believe pressure is passive aggressive behavior or aggressive behavior, and you will never do business or help that person, right? And what are we helping people with? We're helping them with spiritual health, financial health, and physical health. And without those three pillars, it's pretty tough to live a life of freedom. And that's what this is about. What we help people do, and this is why it's so important you get your what. What do? We help people take control of their lives. How? Through financial health, physical health, and spiritual health. And I must interview people every day. So the 3 I's, and this is all incongruent with the edification, but the 3 I's are this. And Jake, you'll figure out that I was interviewing you many times over the last several months when we spoke or communicated, and I especially was interviewing you last Saturday when we were talking about this opportunity and this education and what you were committed to with your YouTube channel and working online, right? I was interviewing you. I was qualifying you. So the 3 I's are this: interview, identify, and introduce. So what I did with Jake, it's a great example. I interviewed him, slowly over the last several months. Definitely a stronger interview on Saturday of last week, and then I identified him as someone that was qualified to see this, and then I introduced him to this, which is you find folks, the personal development training we're doing today, the accountability and coaching we're doing today. And then the next thing I'm going to do, Jake, with you is introduce you to my web class, my recording. If I haven't already sent that to you, I don't think I have. And then I'm going to go ahead and invite you to my live overview on Thursday where you can see it live. So the thing to add to that is I qualified Jake as someone who wanted to work from home, had higher than average ability and motivation, was already in the space, and I like him and I wouldn't mind working with him. So there were 5 things that made it a qualified education. And then I edified who I was working with, what I was doing online, and why I thought it brought value to him and his life and what he was up to. So this takes practice. It's not going to happen overnight. And it's going to require you to get yourself out of your own way. And the best way that I can suggest that you get out of your own way is meditate. I probably, prior to about 7 years ago, I remember the first time that at the time, Dr. Alan Harrison, who was my healer, who I saw brainwave technology, I saw when I moved to Scottsdale, Arizona, I saw for over 2 years straight on a weekly basis, spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars with him to kind of he could tell you better what he does, but to basically, you know, be healed, right? From physical pain, other things. And because it's mental, right? I can't say all, most sickness is it's a spiritual illness. Even if you're a great Christian, even if you're a great, you know, reader, believer in Christ, whatever your religion is, if you have physical pain or you're experiencing pain emotionally or financially or physically, there are some other things that need to be worked out, right? And a lot of times it's our mindset, and a lot of times it's our mistaken beliefs, and a lot of times it's because we haven't let go of our past, and a lot of times it's guilt and shame and remorse that we don't even realize we're guilty and shameful and remorseful. Sometimes it's we're judgmental. Sometimes it's we condemn people. We practice condemnation, right? Which is, you know, so why I recommend meditation, and especially the trainings and teachings of Brian Scott, you can go to his YouTube channel, is it covers everything from the Akashic records to unlocking infinite wealth to the secrets for, you know, basically healing your subconscious mind to clearing. And there's so much here. It's such a great resource. Also, RJ Spinya. I say RJ Spinya is like healing, and he has 2 books, Supercharged Self-Healing and Change Your Mind, right now out. I've read both. I'm actually just completing the 2nd book. I'm not quite through it, but I'm through 90% of it, 80% of it. It's like everything for dummies. It's so dumbed down, but it's so good and comprehensive. RJ Spinya, and you can find him on YouTube. Listen to all his stuff. He's phenomenal. So, ways to get started. The way to get started is to quit thinking and begin doing. I think there's an overall epidemic of lack of action, and it's consistent action over time. I can help you reverse engineer your day. That was done for me through my business coach. So I'm accountable 4 to 6 days a week. And then that includes my downtime and my personal time. So I'm accounting for 168 hours a week. So I don't know if you know this, but between Monday through basically Sunday, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week adds up to 168 hours a week. That includes your sleep time, and we can help you be productive in all of your hours. And it starts with you keeping your word to yourself. I think the number one thing that we do not do when we are doing something like this is we lack integrity in terms of being honest and keeping our word with ourselves. I'm not saying anybody on the call is dishonest. I'm not saying anyone on the call lacks integrity. I'm saying that we lack it with ourselves. And so what we get showing up in our experience is people that lack integrity or do not keep their word to themselves. So it starts with an inside job. Remember, everything that shows up in my experience externally is a result of what I'm doing, being, acting, and feeling internally. So that's why it's so important to have a clean, calm mind, a clean, calm conscious, and to keep our word to ourselves. And that starts by doing all the things to make sure every day that we have the business health, which is the financial health, the spiritual health, which is the peace of mind, the positive mindset loops, and then the mental health, which is very important to physical health. So the thing to understand that mental health is what causes physical, or a lack of, is what causes physical pain or disease. And the mental health is a result of a lack of spiritual health. And sometimes we just need to have a new experience, right, with God or with our health or with our mental health. And so it's so important that we work these things every day. Tony Robbins talks about, I just got plugged back into him. Oh, by the way, guys, if you want, this is a great thing. The 25th, the 26th, and the 27th, or it could be, this is of this month, or it could be the 26th, 27th, 28th. You have to look online. You can Google it right now. Tony Robbins has a free 3 days. It's 3 hours a day. It's for 3 days in a row. It's 9 hours. It's 100% free. It's 100% online. There'll literally be 2 million people on this free Tony Robbins personal development and training program, and it'll change your life. But
It's the 20. Hey, call us. It's the
Yeah.
25th. Yeah, it's the 25th, 26th, 27th.
yeah, so Paul, do you remember what the website is where they can register for that?
Just go to Anthony Robbins' website.
Yeah.
You'll probably find it on there.
Yeah, go to TonyRobbins.com. You'll find it. Yeah, totally cool. Yeah, so but that's a great place to start. Get in there, get the positive mindset loop done. You're gonna learn all the tricks of the trade, man. It's incredible. But yeah, so good stuff. All right, so that is what I have today. I am gonna stop, record, and open up for questions.